But one of the boards doesn't have a fin box, right? Clarkie's not going to be stoked, but there's not a lot we can do. This is the board I've been looking for. Not the Dora. This is a Brock Little that I thought had gone missing. So that was worth the effort right there. There it is. Look at this. Pull out a classic Russell Brotherhood. And right behind it is one of Dora's boards that I haven't seen in over 10 years. Look at this thing. Original Dora wax. Let's open this bad boy. There it is. Shape 4. Pretty cool board. Little channels going either side. Fin box, pretty rare. Nice amount of tail rocker. What's interesting about this board is that it has a little scoop deck, not dissimilar to the Cat model that Greg Knoll used to shape for Miki. Yeah, here's the other one. Unreal. Two together. So this one was shaped by Rich Pavel for Miki. So this was shaped around the same time as that one, mid-90s, but very different in terms of shape. This one's closer to the big blue one that Miki used to ride at Super Tubes for all those years that he lived in J Bay. Killer looking board. Written in Greek. It says, I loathe the vulgar mob and hold myself aloof. Miki wrote that himself in Greek. This is a killer board. This is the one though. Super interesting bottom curves, the rails. Everything about this board. There's a lot going on in this one. There's actually a lot going on in both of them. But the one Toby Pavel shape's the interesting one to me. Boys will have some fun on these in Malibu.
We're in Malibu, and we're at the Creators Gathering 2024.
I believe it's our 6th gathering that we've had, 6 years in a row.
It's not so much a meeting of the minds, but a collaborative energy that we haven't seen each other for a few months, and maybe up to the last gathering a year ago.
It gets kind of rootsy, you know, just like sort of shape a board and glass it in the dirt.
Really just a good excuse to get together and laugh with your friends, share some knowledge.
It's just fun to like watch. You're like, oh, who's in the bay? And you're like, oh, let's go see what they're doing.
A treasured time, really a treasured and special time.
We're making stuff. We're making stuff up here. He's with me.
Super stoked to be here and get the invite and get to know all these dudes better and do what I love doing. It's a little daunting to try to replicate with someone else. It's like one thing to take it on yourself and do all the measurements, but then to do it with someone, it's a little bit of a different process.
This year we have an interesting kind of concept based around a few boards from Paul Nade's collection that were actually personal boards of Miki Dora's. One of them's kind of like a Decat model a little bit, and the other one's something else that Rich Pavel made. And everyone's kind of just jiving off of those things. There's, what, 3 teams?
3. I didn't even know that was an option.
Number 1. Surfing today.
Must be 2, right?
So my number.
3.
Nice.
All right.
There you go.
1. Great job. I was super stoked when we pulled our numbers, and I ended up with Travis because I know him all right from Santa Cruz, seeing him around and whatnot, but it was good to kind of build a tighter bond, and he's really good at what he does, and I'm more new to it, so it was really good to watch him and get some tips and see how he kind of handles it all.
Kind of had no expectations on what the boards would be. It was kind of vague coming into it, and I wasn't sure if it was going to be an old 60s cat model or what. So I was pretty surprised to find out that they were actually Miki's personal boards that he had ridden, and from a total different era than what I thought they would be. So like these boards from the 90s where I guess maybe in Miki's eye that was the refined version of his surfing experience.
The cat model is all about the little step deck, yeah.
But it's interesting because both boards are really different. One was pretty loggy and the other one was more glider-like.
We can do whatever we want.
I think you could do anything, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
We kind of had to decide which one to be inspired by, and we chose the more loggy one because I guess we have more of a logging background between Trey and myself. Trey actually brought a template that almost was exactly to that board by chance.
Pretty close.
And I think that was a good starting point to dive into the project. Didn't have much of a plan going into it, being the first guys shaping the board and not seeing other people do it and what their approach would be working together. Even a 10-foot board would be 22 to 22 and a half on the old board.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Just kind of took turns, like cutting one rail out, and then he would cut the next rail out, and then I planed the deck a little bit, and he planed the bottom a little bit, and we kind of just traded back and forth as we worked through the process, and kind of ended up meeting in the end at the rails and dialing those in and getting the last scratches out. It was a fun kind of back and forth and just kind of circling around the board from all angles and just working through it. It was fun.
It's got carbon on it. In the channels or just the whole board? Down the stringer like Kelly Slater's whole carbon. Weird sex?
Not quite.
what Skip says? Build the board for the fins.
Build the board around the fin.
Yeah, Skip said that.
Shape the fin first.
Sharp back there.
We made a fin yesterday for the board without really knowing what we were gonna make. So making the fin was kind of like a little introduction to working together.
The layers each guide you there.
Miki Dora's boards. They were Miki Dora's boards. I surfed the one that was shaped by Pavel, I believe, for Miki at Malibu First Point on the first night, and it was so cool. It was such a sensitive feeling board for how long it was, and the waves were just perfect, knee high, like running right on the sand, so you could really just stand in the center and kind of just steer it from there and feel it out. It was super fun.
board we made together is 9 foot. It's got a narrow pintail and a narrow nose.
Made it a lot more foiled and thin throughout.
With the light little step deck flip up in the nose.
Which took even more volume out of the whole thing. So it's just a really bladey complement to that board.
Maybe it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, I feel like just scooping it.
Yeah,
whatever you have left.
Yeah.
John's pretty wicked with the planer, so it's fun to watch.
I think just the cumulative knowledge that you gain over the few days during this is pretty beneficial, and shaping with someone new is always really beneficial because I feel like I pick up a lot of things that are super normal for them process-wise. Nick this morning taught me a new way to put in V that I had never seen before, and it's super accurate, and I plan to implement it. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Tried to like focus on some photography stuff that I wanted to do. And I had an idea. We got everyone in their wetsuits. We got everyone's boards down there. And we did a few different things, and some of them I think turned out really cool.
And then Jack, can you separate the boards from each other? Andrew, put your arms straight up. Hey, Trav, keep that board up. And keep the bottom one up higher. Yeah, exactly. Quit slacking, dog. Can you move back a little bit, Jack?
I thought I had an idea that I wanted to try out because I've been kind of working on some stuff in my surf movie where I kind of like make these sculptures that people are holding up kind of like marionettes. Just even getting everyone in wetsuits at once on a stormy, weird day looked rad. I was like, this is just weird. Line up. And then we kind of like bent them in a line and took some pictures. My pictures probably weren't even that good. But just looking at everyone in this gloomy, dark setting, everyone in their wetsuits, I thought was cool. I mean, I think it's just a testament of like, just trying to do stuff. You usually end up somewhat successful or learn something.
One was a little more speedy and one was more of a log, and we chose to do the speedier shape, Alex Lopez and I. ALO, Albi.
And so me and Derek shaped a somewhat copy of a Pavel board loosely. And I mean, it was inspired by it, but it wasn't, we didn't go like full on. Shaped with people, I've never shaped with Derek. We have made boards for each other in the past, but I've never, I don't think ever been in like the shaping bay with him when we're shaping.
It was fun just looking at the blank and being like, I think it needs this and we should match it here, and 2 minds on it and 2 pairs of eyes on it.
There was times where like he was working on one half of the board and then I was working on the other half of the board, and then we'd be like, whoa, sick, and then we'd like switch. So it was fun because it wasn't like, whoa, that's how you do that. Like we were both kind of just like, cool, should we do this now? And like it was just like, it was very like natural. Like we both just were like going. We weren't like, oh, well, what, you know, what about this? Or like, oh, you do that now or later or whatever. It was like, it was just very like organic. Like we were just like, cool, we're freaking cruising. Like this is rad.
It's just interesting seeing someone's approach to basically the same end goal, but you know, different ways at it, going through the steps.
Right here.
It came out super rad, and Super Wolf did possibly my favorite lamination I've ever seen him do on it, which is rad.
No, we just got loose, you know, just did some abstracts, played around with some color fades. Looking at a little straight spot in my tape off.
Does that just seal it?
You have to step into it, and it's completely different than building boards in a factory. It gets kind of rootsy, you know, just like sort of shape a board and glass it in the dirt. So there's something fun about that.
they all kind of had their beautiful little moments, and they all had their quirks a little bit too, you know, which probably comes from shaping in a trailer and glassing in a tent.
My favorite part about today is going to eat right now. That's definitely the highlight. We all surfed. I think I caught one wave with Derek and Trey, and they were both shouting at me. It was good. The boards work. Thumbs up.
Alex is like, we're doing our job on the wave.
Yeah, I had to take it back to the roots, Malibu style. I was a creative director behind it, but I didn't touch it. So I feel like I was a part of it because I saw it get shaped, so I was there for it.
She just did like the biggest fade of all time and just like fully botched him. Like, it's so funny.
I think all of them are pretty like unique, different, and it's a good thing. And we had some really good waves, so it makes it easy to have a good time. Good waves, good friends, lots of homies around.
So fun design-wise to feel something on a wave like this, and to meet Derek and Alex's board, magical to me. I felt like I was too light on some of those other boards, which, you know, no judgments there, but I really, really enjoyed that board.
Kind of speedy, nice turning abilities. Felt good. It's shiny. Yeah, I'd like to ride it again.
To get to be a part of a good group of people that are friends and make stuff and share and learn together, and yeah, I think it's really cool.
I hope I come back. I can't wait.
Favorite part is probably just listening to Alex Lopez talk shit.
I couldn't look in your eyes more. Did I learn anything? What about if I don't move or talk? What if the interview is just me like this, not talking, and then we film the audio, and then you just dub in the audio, but it's just me going, and then it's like talking over it?
Over the wood.
Can you guys? Yeah, this came out cool.
Pull it out. And then show it to us.
Yeah, keep going back. Keep going back.
Want it standing up?
That looks good, right? Be more presentable.
Just spin around in a circle.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it looks better that way.
I was just saying to Travis in the water, I was like looking around, I was like, the Goofy Foots might have taken over the regular Foots on the team. It's at least like close. It's close.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.